Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is another makeup tutorial. You guys have been requesting like crazy for my cut crease that I wore in my last video. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you would know that I was one of the models for the Fox and the Hair's masterclass this month. I was there yesterday and they did these really cool braids in my hair. The beautiful Amanda Ackerman did them. They took me blonde again. They did like finesse balayage, I think is what it's called. So yeah, I'm kind of like a little blondie again. Feels good to be back to the light side. I will leave her Instagram as well as the Fox and the Hair's Instagram listed down below so you can check them out. But yeah, you would have seen on my Snapchat and my Instagram that I had these braids in. I had like a really cool bun and it was just like so sick. I wish I could wear it every single day. I actually slept in this last night because I really wanted to film with it in my hair because like, look at it. It's like seriously so sick. I love it so much that I could never do this to my own hair. But the braids actually inspired me to do something a little bit festival inspired. So I didn't want to do something crazy with like glitter and heaps of colors and like crazy festival like. I wanted to keep it really neutral and simple. I just thought I'd add some like faux freckles and a metallic lip. And I thought with that, with like the cut crease was just really cute. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. And without any further ado, we're just gonna jump straight in.
Alright guys, so just starting off with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot as per usual. And I'm just applying this all over my lids and up into the brow bone using the Sigma HD, it's like the 3D HD precision brush I think it is. This is really good for like concealing underneath your eyes and priming your eyelids. And then I'm just going in with some tape just so we get a really crisp line when we go in with any eyeshadows. And then just taking the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. You guys know I'm obsessed with this palette, it's amazing. I'm just taking the shade Tempera and I'm just using this to set my eyelid. That way when we go in with the other shades, nothing sticks and everything just blends over it really smoothly. And then I'm just taking the shade Burnt Orange and I'm buffing this into the crease. And I'm just taking that on my Sigma E35 brush. Then on my Sigma E36 brush, it's just like a really tiny, teeny version of like a general blending brush. I'm just taking the shade Raw Sienna, just buffing this into the crease and then going back in with that E35 brush and making sure everything is really seamless and blended. And I did this a couple of times. This is just kind of my favorite way to map out a cut crease and where it's going to go without really putting in too much groundwork just yet. I never really worry too much if I get a lot of eyeshadow on the eyelid because I always go in with concealer to clean it up. So what I'm doing is just kind of mapping out where I want the crease to be roughly, and then that way it makes it easier when I go in with the concealer. I'm just using the shade Warm Taupe on the Sigma E10 brush just to map out that line, and then with the E36 and the E35 just to make sure everything is really blended and seamless. I want it to be kind of soft focused and not too harsh. And I just followed up by going in with the shade Realga on my Sigma E40 brush just to add like a little bit of warmth and an orangey tone into the crease because I love warm toned eyeshadows. And then I took the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. I can't remember what shade this is. I think it's like one of the lightest ones. It doesn't matter what you use as long as it's concealer, and I'm just using that to clean up underneath that line. So you can kind of see where the shape of my eyelid is. I kind of just go a little bit above that and I just work in steps. Then just taking my Zoeva 234 brush and packing on the shade Primavera, I think it's pronounced, I don't know. And I'm just using that to add a little bit of shimmer to the eye. And then I took my Sigma E06 brush. It's just like a little angled eyeliner brush. I took that same shade and I'm just using that to clean up the edges and make sure everything is like really neat and tidy. I then went back in with the Sigma E10 brush, and what I did was take Cypress Umber and just sort of create a line above where I want the cut crease. I wasn't going to do this, but then I decided I wanted it to be like a little bit more defined because we are going for like a more festival type look, and you can kind of go like a little bit more crazy and dramatic with your looks for festivals. And then I just used the Sigma E36 just to lightly blend the top of it. And then what I did was I mixed these shades. It was like a Makeup Addiction Cosmetics pigment in the shade $1 Million, I think. It's like a really yellow one. And I mixed that with Artist Couture Cocoa Bling, that's their highlighting powder, just because I wanted like a really chunky glitter look to the eyelid and something that was like a little bit more gold, and I wasn't really getting that from the eyeshadow. Like, it's a really beautiful eyeshadow, but I wanted just a little bit more like chunkiness. I don't know how to explain it. And then I struggled really badly to do some winged eyeliner, so I just sped this up for you guys because I'm terrible at showing it on camera. Then applying my favorite lashes of all time. You guys were obsessed with these when I was wearing them in my last 2 videos. These are the new Bounce and Bombay lashes. I do have a code for 20% off, so if you use Kaseyrayton, you'll save 20% off your order, so definitely use that if you're interested in getting anything from New Bounce. And then we're just moving straight on to the face. So I first just sprayed my face with some Fix Plus just to add a little bit of hydration to my skin because it's been really dry lately, and then I used the Hangover primer from Too Faced because it's really hydrating and it kind of has like coconut oil and stuff in it, so it's really good for your skin. And then I'm just concealing my dark circles with the Benefit Erase Paste. I think this is in the shade Light 1, but it's really, really good because it's kind of like a salmon peachy sort of color, and it's really going to help counteract those dark circles under your eyes. Then just taking a mix of the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Light 3, and I mixed that with the Giorgio Armani foundation. I think it's in the shade number 4. It's like the Luminous Silk foundation, I think. I just had a sample, and these are the 2 lightest foundations I own because if you guys can't tell, I have no, I'm sorry, my phone just went off. I have no fake tan on in this video. I had like the majority of it off. I don't really like to use a foundation that's like super, super pale and matches my body completely. I do like to have a little bit of warmth in the face, so these were a little bit darker than my skin tone still. And then I just took that same Tarte concealer I used earlier. I think it's in the shade Light. I'll leave it listed below for you guys, but I'm just concealing underneath my eyes and highlighting. As you guys can see, it's pretty much the same color as my skin tone. And that's why I went in with another concealer afterwards, which is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. This one is like really heavy duty, and it's just so good for covering dark circles. It's like literally so good. I will leave all my brushes and products listed in the description box for you guys, so don't worry, just check there if you're wanting to know anything. I leave them listed in order. I just applied it with a brush to pat it on those dark circle areas, and then I just blended it out with a beauty blender just to make sure everything was really seamless. Then to set underneath my eyes, I just took the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. You guys know this is my all-time favorite. It just sets your under eyes so beautifully and it really brightens up underneath there. I just patted that on with a Sigma brush, and then taking my Sigma F05 contour brush, my favorite ever, you guys know, and I'm just using the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Sunkissed. And I'm just using those to contour my face and just add a little bit of warmth because I was so pale this day. I mean, I know it's not like super pale, but it's pale compared to what I'm used to, and I love being tanned. I actually dragged these Custom Enhancer Drops down my neck as well. These are the matte ones, just so you guys know. They're not shimmery, they're matte. And then what I like to do is take whatever concealer is left over on my beauty blender and just clean up underneath those contoured areas and make sure everything blends in really well. Then I set my face using the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Best ever, literally so good. If you have oily skin or you want your makeup to last all day, this will literally set that shit down. Like, honestly, it's not going anywhere. Then to bronze my face, because I am so pale today, I'm using the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. This is actually such a beautiful color. I think if you're my skin tone in this video or lighter, I think you would really like it. It's just so easy to blend. It's so beautiful. And I'm basically just adding like warmth and just setting those other areas. I mean, I know we set them with a translucent powder, but we're just kind of going over them. Then for highlight, I'm just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in That Glow. And I'm using the shade Bubbly, I think it is. But I'm just, you know, highlighting those general areas of my face. Then moving on to blush, just using this Tarte blush. I think it's in the shade, oh, I can't remember the shade. It's one of their new ones that they came out with for like their holiday collection. So I'll leave it listed down below for you guys. Then moving straight on to lips, I'm overlining them using this Rimmel lip liner. I think it's like in the shade Nude or something. I'm not too sure. I've had it for so long now, but it's like the perfect sort of lip shade. It's really similar to like those Essence ones that I always use as well, and like the nude one from NYX. So it doesn't really matter what you use. Then taking these Lime Crime Velveteens. First, I'm taking the shade Prairie and I'm just applying this all over my lips. Such a beautiful, really like mauvey muted pink shade. I really love this. And these are really similar, like the formula is similar to the Dried Cosmetics Hydra Matte. So if you love them, you'll love these. And then I just took the shade Blondie and I applied that to the center over top of that shade because this one's a metallic one and I just wanted like something a little bit like more interesting for like a pinky nude lip. You guys know that I love nudes and I just wanted to add like a little bit of glam to it, and because this is like a festival inspired look. Then just moving back onto the eyes, I pretty much use all the same brushes, mostly the E36 brush and this little E30 pencil brush. Basically just went in with the shade Burnt Orange and Realga and just sort of buff those on the lower lash line. And then for the inner corner, I did Primavera and that Cocoa Bling powder from Artist Couture. I also do have a code for Artist Couture. It's just kaseyrayton, and that will get you 15% off, I think it is, anything from their site. I will leave details down below for you guys, just in case you're interested. But then for the faux freckles, what I did was go in with the Precisely My Brow in the shade 3 from Benefit, and I just kind of dotted that on my face. I did speed this up for you guys because it's a bit of a tedious process. And then I just took the Gerard Cosmetics Brow Bar to Go. This is in the shade Blonde to Brunette, and I just used the light and dark brown shades just to kind of add different dimensions to the freckles. But yeah, this is the first time trying out faux freckles, so yeah, don't judge me. I tried my best. Anyway, I really hope that you guys like this look. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.
What was the video? I can't remember. What the fuck am I trying to say? Motherfucker, bitch, fuck, bitch, tits, fuck, bitch.